Wake up, wake the F up. It is time. It's about that time. Y'all know what we do about this time every day, all day. So let's get started. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Here we go again for another episode of the Flow Show No Filter. Thank you for everybody joining me, everybody out there in the real world and everybody in the audio world, video world. Y'all know what time it is. We are going to get into it. Now, Diddy, and Jay-Z have stolen the headlines for sure. We got to get into, I don't even know where to start first, but I'm going to start with Tony Buzbee and the Jay-Z situation. And then we're going to get into the Diddler. It's getting crazy, y'all. I told you it was going to be crazy. And it did not disappoint. What's up, Shauna? Good morning, Breakfast Cool. Say what's up to our boy C Tuck. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, C Tuck. C Tuck is one of the newest members of the Breakfast crew. Say what's up to C Tuck. Everybody in the building. You know how we show love to our new members. But let me tell you something. Before we get into the Jay-Z, Diddy. First of all, Tony Buzbee has fired back again. Diddy has got into it with Danity Kane again. And also it's just a mess between them. And we're gonna have to get into it. But one thing I can tell you, ain't nothing like family. Ain't nothing like family. Family, when you're a kid, you don't understand how valuable family is to you because it's just there. You know, you don't have to make a big deal about it. Hey, your family, your uncles, your fathers, your aunties, everybody who takes that time with a child. You don't understand that these moments that you're up under them, these moments are going to stay with you the rest of your life. And so you always hear me talk about my Uncle Jim. He's one of the people, one of the people that just showed me, and a lot of my friends took us under his wing and told us a lot. But he was a man of, he would give you key things to know, to help you in life. But he was really like a leader by example. He more showed you more than he even told you. But the things he said when he did open his mouth, so many things he said helped me through times and as I progress in my career. And a couple things he said, and this is what I want to pass on to any of y'all out there. You can't complain how people treat you. My uncle always taught me in relationships, business relationships, personal relationships, but especially business relationships and relationships in general, he used to say, you either train in them or they train in you. And when he used to tell me that when I was young, I didn't understand what he meant. But you get older and you realize it's up to you to let people know how you want to be treated. It's not up to them. You can't get mad at them. If somebody not treating you in a way you need to be treated, then it is your fault. And he'd also tell me, not only do you make sure you let people know how you want to be treated in life, but you also pay attention to your circle. And what I mean by that with your circle, he was like, my Uncle Jim always told me, you don't get mad at how people operate. You operate with people who operate like you. So he used to tell me about his work. You see, in my work, he did construction. He said, in my circle, we do work and we get paid from our customers 30 to 60 days later. And ain't nobody complaining. But then you have other contractors who do work and they want to get paid the minute before the paint even dry. They blowing up your phone. And my uncle used to tell me, yeah, those people that blow up their phone and act all crazy about their money, that's a whole circle of people. You let them be in their circle. He said, in my circle, we laid back, calm, and we understand each other. We don't press each other. We value each other. And so I stay in that circle. This is all stuff that he used to tell me when I was young. And I'm like, what is he talking about? You know, circle, training, you know, like life ain't that deep. You know, that's what I used to think. But you get older and you realize he was dropping gems. He was dropping gems because every time you try to force a fit is when you get in trouble. See, my best friend, we've been best friends since I was 4 years old. We two alpha males who he stand on business, I stand on business. But guess what? In our decades upon decades upon decades of our relationship, it's never been one moment when I had to question him as a friend. And there's never been a moment he had to question me as a friend. We talking about decades. But then I do have friends that I met in my later years that I kind of look past stuff and you get close, you think everybody cool. And then we might be friends 1 year and next thing you know, we falling out or you mad at me or I'm mad at you. I ain't supposed to be in your circle. We ain't supposed to be in each other's circle. All of my friends are 20 plus years or more. My boy Cash, I put him on here, he opening his restaurant. We over 20 years friendship. And so I'm saying that because these things help me keep a smile on my face and keep my eye on the prize. So I'm sharing it with y'all because it helped me out a lot. Those two things. Don't ever get upset about how somebody treats you. Be upset that you training them to treat you like that. Value your time and value your relationship. Also, if you're in a circle and you complaining about everybody around in that circle, then you in the wrong circle. Go find a circle that fits you. This is the stuff that my family, mainly Uncle Jim, drilled in my head coming up. And like I said, it takes when you get older to realize what the hell these old people be talking about when you sitting around. I just want to go out and play basketball. I'm like, why my uncle got me in here telling me this stuff that don't mean nothing? Oh boy, was I wrong. And so you look at Diddy. That family, it wasn't a good irrigation system, I would say. I would think there was not a lot of accountability. I don't think there was a lot of gems being shared and passed down, because you can see it not only through Diddy, but all the way, anything surrounding Diddy. And so like, even when I look at Diddy, it makes me appreciate my family, appreciate the people who really stand 10 toes with me like I stand 10 toes with them. And the ones who don't, I don't think about them more than 3 seconds. I respect them and love them, but I know what the value of a circle is. I know what it means to water the grass of the people who water your grass. And I know how it feels to be let down. And I would never do that to anybody that support me. And when I say support me in the way that I want to be supported, not supported in the way you want to support. Because I support people in the way they want to be supported. I don't force my opinions or force what I think they should be doing on them. So with that being said, love and appreciate your family. Love and appreciate the people who stick by you. They mean more than you ever know. Outside noise or people trying to get you to do stuff that you don't want to do or you don't feel comfortable doing, man, don't spend 2 seconds thinking about it. Because that 2 seconds that you spend worried about what they saying, you can spend that 2 seconds on the people who really value you. Because it's a lot of those. And what we do is sometimes we get so caught up in the negativity, we spend more energy trying to disprove or trying to acquiesce to what somebody else wants us to do. When we can spend that time giving it to the people who really appreciate what you do and really value you. That's what it's all about. That's why when people don't know about me, I don't get upset, because I spend my energy where it needs to be spent at. I don't care. I don't really worry about where it's not valued at. And I want y'all to do the same thing. And so let's get into this situation with Tony Buzbee and Diddy, because like I told you, Tony Buzbee and Jay-Z, if Diddy and them grew up in my family, in my house, I don't think he'd be in jail. My family didn't play that. My family gonna drill right and wrong in your head from the time you a baby until you leave this earth. They still giving me game. You know, they don't, you're always a child to them. So let's get into this Jay-Z and Tony Buzbee situation. It's got uglier since yesterday. Major announcement, by the way, subscribers. I want to say this early so I don't forget. If you are a subscriber, you should have received an email about the website launching. We have a soft launch, which means it's only available for the subscribers right now. If you are a subscriber and you didn't get the email, please send me a message on my Instagram, DM me, or my Facebook. You could DM me. Or you also could put it in the fan mail, but you have to put your email and address in the message because we don't know who leaves those messages. So I really encourage you to just DM me on Instagram or Facebook if you haven't received the email, but it went out to all subscribers yesterday around 5 p.m., 5:30. So yes, tomorrow's my birthday. All the subscribers have the link to the pre-sale, and it officially goes live tomorrow on my birthday. Happy birthday, Flo. So yeah, I'm gonna just start with Tony Buzbee's response after he responded. Now let me give you a little context for those that don't know, but I'm sure if you're watching this show, you already know the whole story. Tony Buzbee and Jay-Z been going back and forth. I told y'all it was going to be a heavyweight fight from the very beginning, and it did not disappoint. Matter of fact, it's getting uglier than a fight. Shout out to my Facebook fan. Matter of fact, that's Darnell Brantley right there. That's my best friend of decades and decades and decades and decades. So if you see Darnell Brantley, that's a real one right there. Appreciate it, bro. Always got my back. Always had my back. Always had his. We got each other back so much it makes other people mad. And you think we care? Hell no. Because you're gonna be mad. Love my best friend. So this didn't disappoint. Tony Buzbee and sued Jay-Z. Jay-Z got wrapped up in that lawsuit with the underage, you know what? And so they been going at it. And for 1 minute, it looked like Jay-Z was cooked. Then the next minute, it looked like Tony Buzbee is cooked. Then the next minute, Jay-Z has been going back and forth. So then we get up to now. Jay-Z came out and said that Tony Buzbee's alleged victim took her story back on purpose. Took her story back on her own will, basically. Basically saying that she said that Tony Buzbee forced her into it. I mean, it got ugly, y'all. And then y'all remember 5 minutes later, I told you the article came back. Tony Buzbee fired back saying that, and the young lady fired back saying that she didn't take her story back. And as a matter of fact, she said Jay-Z, Rock Nation or whatever sent allegedly private investigators to her home and cornered her in Alabama. And just when I thought it was over for a second, I guess that wasn't enough. Tony Buzbee fired back again, and he says, and I quote, this is from his Instagram. If you're not following Tony Buzbee on Instagram, it's just his name on IG. This is what he said, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna tell you some of the craziness behind this too. Jay-Z might have an issue, and I'm gonna tell you why after I read this. And I quote Tony Buzbee. I've ignored the salacious and false stories about me that are nothing more than an effort to deter me from doing my important work. I do think it's important at some point to comment when the truth has been turned upside down. I feel him on that. When the truth gets turned upside down, sometimes you got to pop out and show, like our boy Kendrick said. Here's the deal, and I quote, I sent a demand for a meeting to Sean Carter's attorney on behalf of two individuals who alleged sexual assault. Rather than meet with me, Carter's team sued me for extortion. Those claims were stupidly frivolous, and I expect they will be thrown out. Carter's lawyer, matter of fact, he put in quotations, note that it was Carter's team that made this whole thing public. Carter's lawyers also came to Houston and met with local authorities and tried to get criminal charges started against me. Tony Buzbee is claiming that Jay-Z's attorneys flew to Houston and tried to get him locked up, tried to get him hit with criminal charges. They did not want to link up or meet with Tony Buzbee. They flew to Houston. They could have met with him, could have talked out whatever they knew to talk out, but they didn't want to talk. They didn't want to get it handled. They wanted Tony Buzbee to go to prison. Tony Buzbee goes on to say those charges went nowhere. They then tracked down and harassed former employees and clients from as far back as 20 years. They were caught on tape offering up to 10 grand to former clients to sue me. Y'all remember we covered that. Give you a little context. This was in the time when Jay-Z first was named in the case, and Roc Nation was allegedly, whether it was Roc Nation or Diddy, but we now know it more likely was Roc Nation. They were sending people to influencers' homes. They were sending people to victims' homes, allegedly. And so Tony Buzbee dropped the tape, the video of that. And if you go to his Instagram page, if you go down like a few months back, you'll see that he had screenshots and pictures of that alleged event. They were caught on tape offering all kind of money to clients to sue him. And Tony Buzbee goes on to say 3 of them did sue him. But he says all 3 cases were patently frivolous. One case, as a matter of fact, has already been dismissed, according to Tony Buzbee. And also, he says he expects the other 2 will be dismissed as well. He goes on to say, because they refused to meet with me. Remember, they went to Houston. They didn't meet with him. They met with authorities to try to get Tony Buzbee locked up. So because they refused to meet with me, he goes on to say, and because I have an obligation to my clients, I brought claims against Carter on behalf of one of those clients in New York. Why should this make your antenna go up. Because now this is the other victim that we haven't heard about yet or heard from. If you listen to what Tony Buzbee said, he said, I brought claims against Carter on behalf of one of those clients. There's more than just that girl. And so he goes on to say, Carter's team filed a meritless motion for sanctions against me, challenged my admission to federal court in New York, and filed a state bar grievance against me. Here is where it gets really nasty. And that sounds like me, but that's this Tony Buzbee. I'm still quoting him. Tony Buzbee said, and I quote, here is where it gets really nasty. They found my client who had filed a suit. They threatened. They harassed her. They harassed her family. They harassed her friends. She has health issues. She has seizures. She withdrew her case. They then sued her and me again for defamation. So pay attention to what Tony Buzbee is spelling out. She withdrew her case. She had seizures, mental health. Let's assume for a second that she was telling the truth. Imagine if she was telling the truth and all this happened. And then you're telling the truth. You have seizures, this and that. They intimidate you. Then you say, you know what? To hell with it. I'm going to just withdraw my case. Then you withdraw it. And the second you withdraw it, you got a billionaire suing some lady in Alabama. I'm assuming she's not a billionaire. You suing her for defamation. It ain't a good look. No matter, let's say she lying. I want to spell out both cases, both scenarios. Let's say she lying. And that Jay-Z, you did lose 20 million because of her lie. Let's deal with that real quick, because I like to meet people where they at. See, I could argue. It's easy for me to argue if she's telling the truth, how foul it is. But I like to meet people where they at. Let's say in Jay-Z's mind, she lying. So then let's deal with that. If she is lying to the public, she withdrew her case, Jay-Z. You almost worth $3 billion. I know you don't think we about to sit over here and cry because you lost 20 million. Because that's like me losing a quarter right now. I'm not going to go crazy for losing a quarter, 25 cents. It might not even be 25 cents to you because I ain't even took the time to break the math all the way down. But you get my point. And so she go ahead and withdrew it. You say you lost 20 million. Other people try to report 100 million. It's 20 million is in the file. This is what Jay-Z said out of his mouth. So she withdrew it, and then now your $3 billion ass is going to sue her for defamation, and you said out your mouth it cost you 20 million. Even if she lying, it don't look good. Now, suing Tony Buzbee, hey, hey, look, that come with the territory. Tony Buzbee is paid enough and experienced enough to fight with that. But if you suing this little lady from Alabama, That ain't gonna work out for you. I'm telling you now. Public ain't about to cry over your 20 million, Jay-Z. So whether you believe she did it or she didn't, or she lying or she telling the truth, it still look bad. Let me go on because Tony Buzbee was long-winded on this message he put out yesterday. So after he went on talking about her health issues, the seizures, and she withdrew for her case, she goes on. Then right after she withdraws, she gets hit and sued for defamation. Well, I don't know what Jay-Z want to get out of this little lady from Alabama, but this defamation against her, and I'm telling y'all now, this defamation suit against her is going to destroy Jay-Z's brand. He don't even know it if this continues on. I'm guessing that the defamation suit against her will be dropped soon once Jay-Z sees how this plays out in the public. Nobody about to cry over your $20 million. I'm just being honest. I'm not saying if it's right or wrong. I'm just being honest. So let me finish up with Tony Buzbee's statement. Pay attention here. They wanted a headline. So in that new case, they falsely claimed she recanted. She didn't. She hasn't. She won't. I wasn't there when things she claims happened to her allegedly happened. I'm just her lawyer. I was sent her case by another firm and vetted it myself and with multiple lawyers on my team. The approach here by Carter's team is unprecedented. I agree. It reeks of desperation. And he ends it with the question. He said it reeks of desperation, but I wonder why. And as a footnote, he says, again, we won't be bullied or intimidated, period. Was I lying when I told y'all this was a heavyweight fight? Not at all. But even besides all of that, Jay-Z got another problem. And this was brought up by one of my fellow YouTubers. His name is Ticket. And I like his content. Very consistent. And he reminds me of myself where he calls it straight down the middle. It ain't about no pandering. It ain't about no, creating no narrative. See, when you call it straight down the middle, you don't have to paint narratives because my people come here for the truth and information. They don't come to me for no narrative because I ain't going to paint one. I don't want to. I want all of us to know what's going on. And I want to hear what y'all got to say about stuff. So I give you both sides, all the information I come across that means something. And so Ticket brought up a good point. And I guess more people have talked about this. I don't know who originally brought this point up, but I know I heard it from Ticket. And so what was said was this, and this is going to trip y'all out. You know how Jay-Z, if you go to his most recent filing, he says he didn't know who the girl was in this lawsuit until February 21st. Follow me, because that's key. In the filing, Mr. Sean Carter says he didn't know who his accuser was until February 21st. But then, according to Ticket, if you go back to that original press conference that Jay-Z's lawyer did, when he went and he did a PowerPoint presentation and he said about how, the story didn't add up and this person wasn't there, this house doesn't exist. And This is when Jay-Z and his attorney were feeling themselves, and people were like, well, damn. And the people that were on Jay-Z's side were like, see, I told you. And so, but the funny thing about that and what's going around now is the fact that his lawyer was asked on that day in real time, did he know who the accuser was? His answer was basically he did. But in his words, he said, well, yes, the person has issues that I don't want to get into. I don't want to make the case about that. And I don't want to unmask her at this time. Do y'all know what the problem with that is? If you don't, lucky you got me, because I'm about to tell you what the problem was. That was December 16th. That was December 16th that he didn't want to unmask her because she had problems, because she had mental problems and this and that. And he didn't want to make the case about that. This is from Spiro or Spyro. I don't know how you say his name. Jay-Z's lawyer. So now everybody has a question. With the girl being cornered, with the girl being harassed, are we to believe that Jay-Z's lawyer knew who the girl was as of December 16th? But Jay-Z's lawyer that he's paying millions to, are we supposed to believe that Jay-Z's lawyer didn't tell Jay-Z who the hell the accuser was until February 21st? I don't know too many people that's going to believe that. And it's a dangerous question because if in a filing, Jay-Z saying he didn't know who she was until February 21st, and then before February 21st, she's being harassed and cornered and this and that. But then your lawyer, and the reason why I caught them up, y'all, is because this was a question posed to the lawyer. This wasn't a part of the fancy smancy PowerPoint presentation. This wasn't in his notes. This was just a reporter who asked a question. And sometimes when you get questions that you didn't expect to be asked or it wasn't in your notes or your outline, sometimes you forget. And so we're going to see if that is a big slip up from Jay-Z and his attorneys. Because according to Tony Buzbee, there's other victims. You read between the lines, it wasn't that hard to read. He said it. He said, I had a couple of victims, few victims, or a couple victims. We know the one victim. We have yet to hear from the other victim. And I'm sure Tony Buzbee is looking into this situation as far as Jay-Z saying he didn't hear anything. He didn't know who she was to February 21st. But your lawyer is on record in real time saying he didn't want to unmask her in December. I know Jay-Z don't think we a bunch of dummies. So I'm definitely waiting to hear the response or see how that comes up. Because if Jay-Z did know before February 21st, but he lied in his filing, it's going to be problems. And you say, well, why would he lie? Well, it takes him out the mix as far as pressuring her and cornering her and all that if he didn't even know who she was until February 21st. But with your lawyer basically saying he knew who she was in December, common sense gonna tell me he told you, Jay-Z. So we'll see. But this Tony Buzbee, Jay-Z situation is totally going off the rails. And it's something that we definitely going to pay close attention to going forward. Now, that's Jay-Z. Now let's get into this Aubrey O'Day. Just like I think Jay-Z just made a misstep, I think Jay-Z was doing great with his attorney until he turned around and filed a defamation case or a defamation lawsuit on that young lady. I think that's a bad move, whether you think she told the truth or not, because first of all, you already suing Tony Buzbee for defamation. That should be enough to send a message. If you want to send a message, you sending it to the right one, the attorneys, and we'll see how that go. But whoever advised you to sue this young lady in Alabama for defamation, as being a billionaire suing the common person for defamation, it ain't gonna never look good. And as Jay-Z does this move, Diddy says, hold my beer, because he do some stuff that looked foul where he could have just kept his mouth shut. And what am I talking about? I am talking about Aubrey O'Day. I'm going to get into that. But first of all, I got to thank the subscriber of the day. This podcast, my baby, I love this podcast. One of my favorite things to do is to wake up in the morning and talk to y'all. But this podcast, when you truth telling, taking it risks, you got billionaires that want to see your page down, your platform down. It ain't easy. And so I remind everybody, this platform and platforms like it don't exist without subscribers and without support, morally and financially. So that's why every episode, I shout out my subscribers, every single episode, because they mean that much. A truth teller can't depend on no app. Y'all see my TikTok got banned at 400,000 followers almost, and everybody know I didn't do nothing wrong. Did I get mad about it? Did I cry about it? Hell no. Because I ain't no one map app don't make me. We make the apps. I done flipped my granddad saying. I told y'all yesterday, he used to say, don't make money. I mean, don't let money make you. You make money. So I say that not just me. We have to support financially whenever we can, or we won't have platforms like this. And so shout out to my guy, Dan. Dan did an $8 donation when we only asked for $3. So Dan, I wish I knew what your last name was, but you must be a humble dude. Let me clap it up for Dan. Everybody thank Dan in the chat. Dan understands that we're not going to let truth die. The only way it dies, if we don't support it. And so I make sure I tell everybody every time I support the subscriptions, and I'll be point blank period to you. I say it to you in your face. Instagram, cool. Facebook, cool. YouTube, cool. TikTok, cool. But the only thing supporting me are the subscriptions and the subscribers. The only people I could depend on are my subscribers. because that's the only thing they can't take away from me or people like me. See, my subscribers, we join for life. Because even if these platforms, if every last platform, if they shut me down or shut every last platform down today, I could still send my subscribers content because we are joined by emails. They don't do that on these platforms, which is why I will never put all my eggs in any platform. They just showed you with TikTok. You know how much tireless hours I put into building that platform, and I didn't even do nothing wrong, and boom, it's gone. So if you want to know what's important to me, it's the subscribers in this podcast. And I'm the type of person, I'm going to tell you to your face what's important to me, so it's no confusion. If it wasn't for my subscribers, I wouldn't be right here. I wouldn't have time to do this. So Dan, again, thank you. And anybody else that's subscribing, keeping the lights on, I appreciate you. And like I always say, even those who can't afford to subscribe, I appreciate you for listening, because the listening impacts this platform as well. So don't ever get it twisted. You are just as important. But when somebody goes out of their way and I only ask for $3 and they give $8 in a time like this, when eggs are $50, I got to give them a shout out. So we're going to go to this Aubrey O'Day, but clap it up one more time for Dan. Aubrey O'Day. If you know Aubrey O'Day, she was in Danity Kane, and her and Diddy have been going back and forth since back in the early 2000s when Danity Kane first broke on the scene. If y'all know, Aubrey has been one of the first truth tellers on as far as Diddy. Now, I haven't followed Aubrey's career. I only met her and knew her back in the Danity Kane days. I haven't really followed what she's done since. But all I do know is she ain't been cutting Diddy no slack. So this is what she said, and I'm gonna get into what Diddy said. Himself that, and he uses. Hold up. My ex-boss, I'm gonna go there. He calls himself Love. He legally titled himself that, and he uses the love heart to express that everywhere he goes. He's in prison now. And I just want to say to you guys, the love heart is now here. I'm so blown away by your voice. I always known you had a beautiful voice, but you really shined. And I hope you feel the healing at least beginning now, and know that we're being healed by that as well. Right. So thank you. And I honor you for being here. I honor you for having a voice and for helping, honestly. Thank you. I think also what's great about this, and since we go way back, and I think what's most important for all of us is that when you have that kind of a talent, that kind of a gift, just keep giving it. So she was talking about Diddy. That was Aubrey O'Day. She was on the show, The Mask. I don't even watch this show, but I see clips of it. It's called The Mask Singer. The other day, she was announced as she was the aunt. So nobody knew who it was singing, and she revealed herself. And she made that statement about her ex-boss changed his name to Love, and now he's in prison, and Love lives here, and all of that. Now, you can say whether you agree with what she did or disagree with you. That's not even what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Diddy's reaction to it and how stupid that was, because I don't know who, but I shouldn't say. I was about to say, I don't know who's giving Diddy this advice, but you know who's giving Diddy this advice. It's Diddy. Sean Combs came out because she made that statement through his lawyers talking about she needs to be appreciative of the platform he gave her. Said that she basically wouldn't be who she is today without the diddler. And she should be grateful to the diddler. I don't know what they think that statement was supposed to do. And it was more statement than that, but that was the gist of it. And I read that and I'm like, why would you even say that? Why wouldn't you just go focus on all the stuff you got going on over there? Then come out and making some statement that was said on some show called The Masked Singer. It's a bad look. Whether she right or wrong, it's a bad look. This is why I'm telling y'all Diddy is cooked. He is making a situation that's bad 100 times worse because of his ego. The crazy, insane things that she is alleging that you did to her, on top of everybody, why should they be grateful? And I'm only asking the questions that everybody asks as soon as they read this statement if they know what's going on. You're not coming out saying, hey, I didn't do anything. I treated her good with respect. Never did anything to her. I don't understand what her issue is with me. Something to that effect. I could understand that. But you didn't deny none of the stuff she's saying that you did, all type of sexual harassment stuff, all type of stuff like that. But you say she should be grateful that you gave her a platform or whatever. To me, that's crap. That's crap. And it shows why he's in this particular situation that he's in, and he's not going to get out of it because he's driven by his ego. And ego will get you every time. Whatever her statement was, I actually, it wasn't even a terrible statement. She just said, she didn't say his name. She just said ex-boss. She said, changed his name to Love, but he, did whatever, whatever their relationship was. And then she just said, Love, now that he's locked up, Love lives here now. I'm not going to say that she needed to say that on that platform, but that's what she wanted to say. And actually, it wasn't like a horrific, terrible statement. So for you to come out, and if you dig into the article or dig into the story, it borderlines kind of like bullying and harassment, because all type of people saying stuff, and then you feel that you have to respond to something Aubrey said when you locked up for way worse. So what it tells me is you're not focused. And when you're not focused, you lose. And then on top of that, just for shits and giggles, it came out that Diddy took PPP money with all the money he got. And the government forgave him. He didn't have to pay it back. And somebody else. Check this out.
More celebrities who took out PPP loans during the pandemic. Diddy the loan amount, $1.9 million for 134 jobs he needed to provide. Come on, things are tough. Oh, his loan was forgiven. Next one, Paul Pelosi. Gotta love Paul. The guy that was hit with the hammer, with that weirdo that came in his house in San Francisco. Oh, his wife is Nancy. So he's worth $120 million. Nice gentleman. His loan amount was $1.7 million. Oh, let me add that it was forgiven. Yeah, that's an important thing. The other thing I want you to know is to note that Pelosi, it was noted on the account that Mr. Pelosi was not involved in the loan application. Just let's make a note. Okay.
It could be small to people, but it's just another example of how us, the everyday Americans, they want to run us into the ground while they up top just having fun and getting all the benefits and everything, and we ain't supposed to say nothing. We ain't supposed to wonder how the hell can Diddy and Miss Pelosi's husband or whatever, Paul Pelosi, how do they get with a net worth at the time? His net worth was $1 billion. Diddy's net worth at the time of the PPP loan. How does he get to get $2 million in PPP loan and not even have to pay it back? To the average everyday American, that just don't seem right. That's why I'm here. And that's why I don't give a who get mad. Because I'm going to stand up for us every single time. I'm going to ask questions. They don't like when you ask questions. So guess what I do? I ask questions. When something just don't seem fair, I got to ask why. But when you look further, karma's something else. Because y'all know that big 60-something million home that Diddy been trying to sell? The one that they said he was overpricing and he was desperate for money and thinking he could get that cash because he needs the cash right now. And he thought it would sell and within a week of being on the market, because there was a time when anything that sold that was attached to the diddler that you couldn't keep it on the shelves. But those days are over with, because according to the New York Post, Sean Diddy Combs pulled his $61.5 million Beverly Hills mansion off the market while he sits in New York City jail. This article is by one of my favorite writers, Emily Davis. Shout out to Emily Davis for this article. It goes on to say the 3-time Grammy winner listed his Beverly Hills estate in September, roughly 6 months after the residence, along with the Miami home, was raided. Now, Diddy claims there was significant damage that happened to the property during the raids, blah, 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 blah. Home was reportedly paid $39 million for the home in 2014. 10 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms. Previous listing photos of the property show oversized windows, manicured lawns, 35-seat theater, but don't nobody want it. People tell them sell it for parts. We don't want to be nowhere where the freak off's been going on. Ain't nobody trying to pay for it. 1.3-acre property includes a 2-story guest house, recording studio, basketball court, and a spa. Yet the public still say hell no. The Helms home counts Kylie Jenner is a neighbor. Sean Parker is a neighbor. Sean Parker is a tech mogul, if y'all don't know. Why? Why has it been nobody wanted to touch it? They say perhaps buyers were wary of the home due to the allegations of the freak-offs hosted by Diddy's properties. March 2024 raids uncovered rugs. And when I say rugs, we spell rugs with a D. So it uncovered rugs, 1,000 bottles of the lube. All of this was found at this home. So because of this, Diddy had to go ahead and take it off the market. The world is standing up, y'all, and I love it. The days of people looking past you nasty, trifling ways and all of that, those days are over. There was a time when that house would have sold for $100 million just because it was Diddy's. But what happened in 2024 and what's continuing to happen in 2025 is the veil is being raised. And people ain't going for it. And I love it. Like I told y'all when I started this journey, it wasn't a truth teller. Years ago, truth telling wasn't sexy. It wasn't a thing to do. So when I was doing it, ain't no way in heck I thought it would took me to places that it has took me to so far or brought me to. So it feels good that the whole world is catching up to a movement that I started years ago that I never knew it would grow to what it is today, and that the public is prioritizing truth over tales, facts over fiction. So ain't nobody happier than me. Every time I go to sleep, I'm happy. Every time I wake up, I'm happy. Because I get to do what I love to do, and that is give the world information, entertain their ass while I do it, and make sure that I'm doing it better than the person next to me. And when I look to my left and I look to my right, I don't see nobody doing it like me. Coming up tomorrow, I'm gonna dive some more into Jay-Z and the Buzbee situation, Diddy, and I'm gonna try to break the situation with the Danny Kane girls down. But y'all know the drill. As always, I love y'all, and I'm out. My birthday, y'all. My birthday tomorrow. Peace. Give me a second. Another one in the books. I got to put the music on. Let me get Apple and Spotify loaded up. What's up with this? Anything else puts yourself out. $9.59. All right, $9.59. All right, 950. What is it? 950. I mean, 855. Send me the reminder at 855. Appreciate it. Yeah, 859. Thank you. I'm gonna put it up on there. What is up, y'all? This I ain't never seen nothing like this Tony Buzbee Jay-Z situation. It's getting uglier and uglier and uglier and uglier. I'm afraid of what the final outcome to this whole situation is gonna be. I don't even want to say what I think gonna happen, but this whole situation. And a dreamer. Another fraudulent way for the rich, including government officials, to steal money. That's why there should be term limits. Yep, Greg talked about that the other day. It definitely needs to be term limits. Definitely should be term limits. Nobody has no reason to do their best when you have an unlimited term. So Nadreema, I definitely understand that. Understand what you're saying. But I had to bring that up because it's just another example of the stuff that they're getting away with, y'all. We can't continue to allow it. I'm not going to allow it. I ain't going to let nobody get over on y'all, and ain't nobody going to get over on me. I stand up here, and I use my platform to go off on DoorDash because they taking tips away from the people who delivering their DoorDash food. I made noise about that on my platform because that's what I stand for. I do not like to see these big companies, big corporations getting over on us. I don't care if it's $2, $3, $1. If I send my hard working $2 or $3 to my DoorDash deliver, I want them to get it. Ain't nothing for free out here. So if I'm gonna stand 10 toes for the people on getting theirs, for sure gonna know I'm gonna stand on 10 toes for me to get mine. That's the way I was raised. My family always told me, you don't get what you earned, you get what you demand. I'm gonna say that again. You don't get what you earn in this life. You get what you demand. Fair prizes. Fair is a place where you can buy funnel cakes. Fair is a place where you can stand on a scale, and if they don't guess your age or guess your weight, you get a prize. Fair don't live where you make a living. Fair ain't the real life. Life ain't fair. They used to tell me, you want fair, go to the carnival. So I'm going to continue to fight for y'all, fight for my people. You ain't going to see too many people with hundreds of thousands of followers that give a damn what happened to DoorDash workers. Because if you do, I want you to send me their page. Send me the page of the person that got 500,000 followers that's standing up for the DoorDash driver. That's standing up for the lady that's working in Walmart. That's standing up and putting out there, not Dreamer, work for Costco. They support DEI. And we're going to have a whole blackout panel. Show me the other podcasters with big following that's doing that. You can't show them to me. So with that being said, I'm always going to bring what need to be brought to the table. And when I look at that table, everybody sitting at that table, we looking at what everybody bringing. Ain't no free rides. So that 20 million, 17 million that DoorDash had to pay was a drop in the bucket. They got hundreds of millions of dollars from this country and from the American people. And if them DoorDash drivers don't deliver food, DoorDash don't get no money. So why they get to get over on people? Why Diddy worth $1 billion get $2 million in PPP money that he don't have to pay back? But I'm seeing the regular, average, everyday Americans who got a PPP loan that needed it just to put food on the table. We try and lock their ass up. It just ain't fair. And I ain't going for it no more. We going on this platform, we gonna stand up for the regular person. Period. And we're gonna stand up for the people who standing up for the regular people. Like Ticket, Tisa Tales, different platforms who do speak. I shouts them out. So we gonna continue, like I said in our dreamers. Shout out to Costco for doing their thing. But we're gonna have to continue to fight. It ain't over with, y'all. They gonna try. This is human nature, is to try to squeeze you for as much as they can squeeze you for. It ain't just big corporations. People do it. We do it. I do it. But your job is to do what you want to do. I had somebody said, and it was somebody I didn't want to call them out because I did want to do this on the podcast, but it was kind of hard to read their response and then address it without it seeming like I was calling them out, because that's not my aim. I like to talk about stuff. I just like to, if somebody asks a question, I just like to answer it. And so I had put a 26 minute audio of a portion of my story. It was 26 minutes worth. That 26-minute story covered a 6-month period, not even 6 months, maybe like a 4 to 6 month period in my life. For 26 minutes, it's 26 minutes, meaning that 26-minute story is hours still to tell, right? And I had somebody in the fan mail say, why was it so short? But let me tell y'all something. This is why, like with Justin Bieber or anybody that has been through stuff, I always say, hey, they can tell it when they want to tell it. I'm not pressuring Justin Bieber to tell his story, because to all of us, it's just a story. To Justin Bieber, it's his real life. Why am I saying that? When I drop the first part of my story, and my subscribers, telling them how I became who I am and stuff I went through, in that story, in that 26-minute story, my mom got burnt up, almost lost her life. I had guns put to my head. I was shot at the studio. I had to fight to defend myself in a city that I knew nothing about. I didn't come there to fight. I came there to rap. I came to Las Vegas to rap. I didn't go to Las Vegas to be kicking ass. I can kick ass in Cleveland. Been doing that since I was a kid. I don't bother nobody, but don't nobody bother me, and it's for a reason. So I'm telling you all to say, but losing my mama and all that stuff I just told you was the most traumatizing stuff I've ever went through in my life. But when you share it and you're a person in the public eye, a lot of people tend to not look at you as a human. So I'm sharing my mom getting burnt. That's my mama. I'm sharing my mama getting burnt up at the same time that after I grinded by myself for years, I finally get a record deal. And within a week, we get there and my mom get burnt up. I'm sharing this with y'all. And then I get a message asking me, why is it so short? Nothing about, hey, Flo, I listened to the first part of your story, and I'm sorry what happened to your mother. I see you talked about that she was caught in a fire and almost lost her life, and had burns from head to toe. Didn't mention that, just complain about the length of it. So what I'm telling y'all is, when people want to share their story, when you're in our position, my position, you share what you want to share, because you have to be mentally prepared for what comes back. So while I'm sharing my most traumatic stuff I ever went through in my life, people just watch it, ain't mention nothing I went through in that, but just want to tell me and question me why it was only 26 minutes. You got to be mentally ready for that when you share stuff. It took me 20 years to tell that story. I could have told that story the minute I left Floyd and blew up and been sitting on Oprah's chair. But that ain't my style. I deal with it when I want to deal with it. So it took me 20 years to just share that 26-minute story. And it might take me another 20 years to tell the rest of the story. But if I had guns in my head, if I was fighting, if I got shot at a studio and my mom got burnt up in a 5-month period, what you think the rest of the story? What else you think went on? And so only reason I bring that up is to get people to understand. Quit pressing people about telling their traumatic stories. If you hear me on this, every time I bring up Justin Bieber, I want to know what happened just like everybody else, but I'm not pressing him to tell it, because to us, it's a story. To him, it's his real life. See, when I upload my story and stuff I went through with Floyd Mayweather in Vegas, when I upload it, people just reading it for entertainment, or people just listening to it for entertainment, and I get it. But I will never let nobody forget the fact that I am a human. That's the difference between me and a lot of celebrities or a lot of people with big platforms. They're not honest with their followers. I'm honest with y'all every step of the way. So y'all never going to forget that I'm a human, because I'm going to let y'all know. And I'm going to let y'all know why. Why is it only 26 minutes? Because I have to be mentally ready for comments like that. And so I got to share it when I'm ready to share. Telling the world my mom was burnt up, that's traumatic for me and her. I didn't get one message saying, hey, I'm sorry what happened to your mama, Flo. I'm sorry you got shot at. But I did get messages saying, why you didn't do this, Flo? Why you didn't do that, Flo? Why you didn't make it longer, Flo? Why you wasn't here? I got those messages. I get those all day long. So I say all that to say, y'all know I've been advocating for leave Justin Bieber alone about his story. He gonna tell it when he want to tell it and when he feels the time, because I feel that. I've been there. Once he tells it, do you know what type of comments gonna come behind that? Everybody don't care like we care. People involved in this movement, we care. But the world don't really care. The world just want to be entertained. So when Justin Bieber shares that story, he gonna have to be prepared of the ignorant comments that's gonna come back. That's why he ain't telling that story. Same reason I put 26 minutes short telling my deepest, darkest secret, the most traumatic thing ever happened to me. And why is it only 26 minutes? I was like, wow, you did get to the part where my mom got burnt up, right? And almost lost her life in front of my face. So I'm just here to give both sides every time, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm happy if you happy. But my job is to give both sides. I have to let people see both sides of stuff. My father was great at that with me. Because when you grow up, a lot of times your family, they paint narratives and they don't even realize it. My father never painted a narrative. When I would come with a story to my dad, he always told me to pay attention to both sides, even when I thought it was only one side. And paying attention to both sides is more valuable than you ever know. And so that's why I'm grounded with what I talk. I don't get upset. I understand people and their choices. They have a right, just like I have a right. So I just want y'all to know that, like, you gotta, people, it's reasons why people don't tell their story. And it's a story I'm supposed to tell on for my subscribers. I've been working on saying what happened. I've been working on putting it together, the situation I went through at 7 years old. But see, the comment from my Floyd story, it makes me not want to share that story right now, because I don't know if I'm ready for me telling my darkest secret or my darkest traumatic experience at 7 years old. I got to be ready for the comments that's going to come back when I tell that. I ain't ready for them yet. I'm just honest with myself, and I'm honest with y'all. You have to be mentally ready for people to say, this is a movie to me. What's the next story? And so I wasn't ready. I ain't ready for that right now. And so, again, when you ask why people didn't tell this, or why did they wait so long, and why, these are the reasons. And this is what this platform is for, because I'm going to educate the world. I'm going to let you see both sides of the equation. I'm going to let you know that these platforms charge us an arm and a leg to upload stuff. If you ever look at people, when they upload exclusive content, normally they upload one piece of exclusive content a week. Why is that? And it's not because they holding back on y'all. It's because these big platforms like Buzzsprout, Apple, Spotify charge you ridiculously. They give you a certain amount to upload, and if you upload more than that, they charge you ridiculously. But somebody like me, I don't care. I still upload 4, 5 times a week, 3 times, whatever, 2 hours at a time. I don't care, because I give all what I can to my people. So when people want more content, now that you know, go complain to Apple and Spotify and Buzzsprout, these millionaires and billionaires. Go ask them why they charge little people like me and other podcasters podcasters, why they charge so much to upload a content when they making hand over fist anyway. Go ask them that now. Because it don't have nothing to do with us. And I ain't just speaking for me. I'm talking about, this is everybody. Just go pay attention. When you see like exclusive content and this and that, especially on platforms like Apple, Spotify, Buzzsprout, it's not that they're not uploading a lot because they don't want to. It's because they charge crazy. But guess what? I'm the only honest one that's going to tell y'all that. Most people hide it. So what happens? All the heat come on the person who just struggling to make ends meet, while the millionaires, Apple, Spotify, Buzzsprout, all of these, they get to hide their hand. I ain't letting it happen. Y'all ask me, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. So now that I tell you the truth, go not email them. Ask them why. Oh, yeah. So no filter go both ways. The no filter is, I'm going to tell you every aspect of what goes on so you can know why. Because a lot of time, it's not y'all fault. If you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, how y'all going to know? If y'all don't know that they charge crazy when we want to upload more content for our supporters, which they shouldn't charge us crazy money to do it, we got to take the heat for that when it's their fault. But I think that's what I do different than a lot of people. I'm just honest with my listeners every step of the way. Because when you being genuine and you working hard, you don't got no reason to lie. I wish I could upload all day, every day. But they don't want that. And if you do, they want to tax you and make it where you can't even afford it. So that's why. But yeah, like I said, y'all, I'm just a straightforward, honest, genuine person. It ain't about like being mad or upset, because at the end of the day, everybody has a right to do what they want with their time. They have the right to do what they want with their phone, their money, and everything. And I respect that. I respect that to the utmost. You work hard, You get to do what you want with your time and your money. And so do I. So I'm always understanding to the other side. But my father raised me like that. Even when I didn't want to look at the other side, he was always, sometimes I thought he would go against what I was saying just to do it on purpose. But now I really think he was, because he was teaching me how to open my mind and not just think like everybody. Take it, break down both sides, and then figure out how you feel about it. Don't just take one side and just run with it, because you'll be like a sheep. You be running. He used to tell, my uncle used to tell me, that's why sheep be running so far, the next sheep's behind it. They don't even know what's in front of them. And so I just preach that to anybody that'll listen, man. Always pay attention to both sides of the coin, because when you only looking at your side, you're going to miss a lot. You're going to miss a lot. And you're going to miss a lot of the whys, a lot of another person's why. Why do they do this? Why do they do that? So a lot of times you won't know the answer. So you just got to assume, you know what? Let me try to look from their side. That's why even when I look at my supporters, when they ask questions, if you ever notice, what do I say? I appreciate that you want more content. I'm not ever mad about anybody wanting more content. Like, because it could be worse. You could not want more content. So I'm always appreciative, but I'm gonna give you the honest truth. I ain't gonna make up nothing. I'm gonna give you the honest truth of why. Why, like I just explained, why was it 26 minutes? Because as far as the most traumatic shit that ever happened in my life, that's the most I could share with you at this time. That's why. Also, they limit the amount that we can upload because they want to make sure their pockets is staying lined. So there's your answer. So then I look at it and say, okay, now that you got the answer, now what? Because now you should be taking them same emails now and go email Apple, Spotify, and Buzzsprout and ask them, why do they charge creators so much crazy money to upload extra content for their supporters? I would love for y'all to ask them, because I would like to know. Oh shit, it's ready, y'all. So give me 1 second. I'm about to upload Apple and Spotify. Apple and Spotify is loaded. Apple and Spotify is loaded. We back, and I don't like it. Thank you, Jennifer. I noticed my love button disappeared last week. Thank you. Exactly, y'all. Hey, look, one thing about me, see, my people who've been day one, they understand and they know how hard I fight for my people. That's why I don't really get caught up in what people say. I just talk to y'all to help us all learn lessons from each other. Because at the end of the day, I was raised in a family where, you know, you value and you do you. I don't get worried about another person's opinion. I don't get worried about another person's opinion or none of that. I respect opinions, which is why I address it. I don't have to address none of it, but I'll address it because if somebody want to know an answer and you support me, I'll answer it. And I Dreamer, I'll let you know I've been like this since 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago. Because I move genuine, I move with passion. I move the same whether I'm getting paid or I'm not getting paid. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it with passion. Guess what? Nobody knows what I get paid for and what I don't get paid for because I give it all the same passion. So, like I said, this is just real talk. It ain't nothing more than that. I like to discuss it. Like I said, a lot of the boring behind the scenes stuff, I don't even talk about because I don't want to bore y'all with that. But if listeners bring it up, I think it's the perfect opportunity for me to share and explain why. Because there's always an answer. Like my granny always told me, just work hard and everything else will work itself out. So that's what I live by. I'm too busy working hard. Because after I say this, the minute this live is over, I'm back to work. And I'm working, and I'm working, and I'm working, and I'm working. And then I eat, then I'm working, then I go to sleep. Then I wake up again at 4 a.m. to prepare for my show that I drop at 7:30 a.m. sharp every day. So by the time 4 o'clock come, I've been up 12 hours. And I love it. And I'm going to do it every day. But when you work hard, you don't even have energy to worry about what people are saying. It's just good conversation and good content. I like talking about it. It's therapeutic to talk about stuff and to tell people where you honestly come from. Because it's good for people to hear that. Sometimes now that person who maybe emailed me about why it was 26 minutes, maybe they might now think differently when somebody telling you the most traumatic shit that happened to them in their life. You might want to use the sandwich method. You might want to come in and say, hey, I saw what happened to your mom story. I'm really into it. I'm sorry that happened to your mom. That's the first part of the bread. Family taught me well, y'all. That's the first part of the bread. But then you get to the meat. Now you want to do your complaining. Fine. You say, hey, I wish you would told more. Why wouldn't you tell more? And then you end it. But as always, I appreciate you sharing something so dramatic to yourself. Boom. That's the message. That's how my family taught me to handle stuff. The sandwich method. Give a little compliment, then do your complaining, and then end it with a compliment. If you ever notice, I always do that. I always thank my supporters before I give you some of my real truth. And then after I give you the real truth, afterwards, I'll let you know how much I appreciate you. Ain't no anger there. That's just truth. Truth don't get mad. Truth is, matter of fact, when you just speak the truth, you happy. After you get the truth out, you happy. Because people who care about you know where you coming from. And the people I care about, I know where they coming from. To me, that's ain't nothing better than that. I don't get caught up in the emotions of things and who doing this, who doing that. I just believe that everybody's grown and everybody does what they can do or what they want to do. And that's the beautiful thing about this country and this life we have. We do have freedom to do what we want to do. I appreciate that. But it goes both ways. And so I give the appreciation and I like to receive the appreciation. Thank you, September, and thanking God for a young man like you. Use him, Jesus. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, September, and like I told you, don't ever get caught up in who doing what you want to do or not doing, because if you pay attention to people like, let's say, like September, and there's always way more good in this world than bad. It's just about where do we put our energy. There's so many people who appreciate what I do, and that's why I continue to do it, and that's why I continue to shout out and show love. Anybody that has a complaint about what I'm doing, hey, I respect it, but don't think I'm going to lose any sleep over it. I work too hard. I'm working super hard. So I love to hear it because I like to hear what people think, because if it's something that I need to do different or whatever, I like to hear it. But once I hear it, if it's nothing I need to do different, if they just complaining about they want me to do what they want me to do, then I got too much work to do. I don't really have time for that. I got to get these stories out. I got to stand up for people. I got to get to bed at a reasonable time so I can wake up at 4 a.m. and prepare for my show. Because to be honest, I could wake up at 7:20 and get on here and just freestyle something on my podcast, and damn near would nobody notice. But I value my listeners too much. I value my podcast too much. I ain't going to feel good if I ain't getting up and prepping. If I ain't getting up, I might go over 2 or 3 articles in my podcast. Do you know I got to read about 30 articles? Minimum 20 articles I got to read through before I even decide which articles I'm even going to talk about or discuss. So what y'all see in an hour is 3-4 hours that went into prepping before I even turned the microphone on. So the key is just work hard. I tell my son that. Work hard and you won't even have the energy to worry about negativity. Only energy I got is the rest after I'm done. After that, I'm good. Oh, Patricia, I'm gonna have to send me Patricia, if you can. I don't know if you on my Instagram or if you on my TikTok, but if you can, send me a message with your email and I'll make sure that I got your subscription. Oh, and like I said, all subscribers, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, and always let me know, because I check it when somebody tells me. I don't check my Cash App all day long, but I check it if somebody tells me or send me a message. Thank you, Jennifer. I will definitely check it and confirm it. But I know you know what you're doing, so I'm pretty sure it's there. My phone is half dead. Let my phone charge. But I appreciate it, Jennifer, and I appreciate anybody for anything they do. Y'all are a big part of what I do. But one thing about it, I'm gonna continue to work and continue to support for our people, because we need it. It should be more people doing what I do. And I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about other podcasters and other YouTubers. It should be more people fighting for the common people, I believe. I believe we spend a lot of time on these celebrities, which they deserve it. But I see a lot of people that have bigger platforms that don't even speak about the regular everyday stuff that we go through. You know, I'm talking about DoorDash. I'm talking about all these tariffs and everything that's affecting us, even the blackout. I didn't see a lot of people who I would have thought should be discussing it or should be they weren't even talking about it. So all I can do is what I do, but I do wish other like podcasters and other YouTubers that are more in the independent realm, I wish they would do some more content on a lot of stuff that's affecting the average everyday person, as well as the celebrity stuff. All right, Jennifer. Jennifer says, thank you for giving me a happy early birthday. Just so people don't get confused, my birthday is actually tomorrow, but I appreciate all the early wishes. We don't know if you might not be able to jump on with us tomorrow, so I appreciate my happy birthday now. And also thank you for the love, the lunch chat, Jennifer. I greatly appreciate it. And be safe. Be safe in the DMV. Oh, you changing your name? This must be, I don't want to be all in your business, Jennifer, but If you want to let us know what the name change is about one day, let us know. I want to change my name to Flo. Can I do that? Would the license bureau let me change my name to Flo? Flo White. Flo White. What the heck? Where's my boy? Would they allow that? Oh, I figured that's what it was, Jennifer, but I didn't want to assume, and I didn't know if you was ready to share any information like that, so I didn't say it. But I was thinking that was a divorce violation. But it's your birthday today. You know, Jennifer, do you know it's my cousin's birthday today too? So we got a March 5th birthday in my family too. We were born, we actually the same exact age. He was born March 5th, and I was born the very next day. We got the same nickname and everything. It's crazy. But so March 5th is a special birthday to me. That's my cousin Chris. And now it's my family Jennifer birthday. So we tearing March up. Shout out to all the March birthdays. And if you got the email, check out the website. We worked hard. Me, Shan, and Greg worked hard on putting the website together, the merch store, the And I Don't Like It, all the stuff everybody been asking me for is on the site. If you are a subscriber, you know the link. For everybody else, the link will be available at midnight tonight, which will be my birthday. Hopefully it's midnight because I'll be asleep. So it might be like 4 in the morning. But I'll try to be up or wake up at midnight and let everybody know that the site is live and we going. We getting it going. So check it out. Shan worked hard. Everybody, let Shan know y'all appreciate her because I appreciate her. Shan helped with the designs and getting the models with the designs and all of that, and helped me with a lot of figuring out what items that our people would want. You know, Shan, I told y'all from the beginning, Shan is a professional shopper. So I said, Shan, what type of items do we need? And Shan came up with the items. Greg did all the back office stuff. Greg figured out how to load the items, how to put the prices on there, how to do all type of stuff that I just didn't have time and don't have. That's not my thing. I hate doing tedious stuff like that. And that's why Greg is my best partner in crime ever, because Greg is good at that tedious stuff and he gets it done. Shout out to Greg. So we worked yesterday. It probably took us about 4 hours from the time we started to the time that the website was ready for our subscribers and the merch was ready. Probably took us about 4 hours. And that was within like an hour break in between because Greg had phone calls. Shan was at the doctor. It'd be a lot of work that go in. And I don't want to like, you know, and the work is our problem. It ain't for y'all to hear about all the work we doing. But I do like to let y'all know because they deserve credit. It's not even for me. I want Shan to get her credit. I want Greg to get his credit because they help a lot. And I ain't gonna never overwork them. So I told them, let's focus on getting this website up. It was supposed to be done by Monday. It wasn't done yet. No harm, no foul. But yesterday, it was gonna be done because I had to announce it today. So my subscribers could have a whole day of special pricing on the hoodies and tees until everybody else. So shout out to you, Stan, and shout out to Greg, because we couldn't even figure out how to upload. We couldn't even figure out how to upload items. Oh, thank you. Oh, you didn't get the link. You know what? I'm gonna tell Shan. Okay, good. Send it in. Okay, thank you, Lauren. See how Lauren, y'all are the best. I tell y'all that. That's why I'm so honest with y'all. I tell people all the time. Somebody who honest with you, they love you. People lying to you, they don't love you. I love y'all because y'all do hold me down. Lauren, Jennifer, Amy, Meanie Me, Shauna, Felix, we them boys. If I missed your name, it ain't on purpose. But just like on Lauren, send it in. I was about to say somebody need to put it in the group me, and Lauren already put it in the group me. So Michelle, but I'm glad you said that, Michelle, because you should have got it. If you're a subscriber, you should have got it. So I got to check behind that. I might have to send out another email. If it's anybody else that didn't get the email that's a subscriber, please let me know in the chat, because I'm gonna have Greg send out another email blast to make sure everybody got it. Every single last subscriber should have got that email last night, and it came from the Flow Show No Filter email. So maybe check your spam too. All right, thanks, Jennifer. I'm gonna check behind that. Michelle, if you could do me a favor, and Jennifer, if you can send me y'all emails to my DM. All right, yeah. So you should have got it, Michelle. So Michelle, even though you're gonna get the link in the group me, please send me the your email, Michelle. DM it to my Instagram. Same thing for you, Jennifer. If you can DM it to me on Instagram or Facebook, I don't know which one you follow me on, but I want to check behind y'all emails, and then I want to see why. See, a lot of people didn't get it. So anybody that didn't get it, please send me an email. This don't make no sense, but this is why it's good. You got a live show where you could talk to your people in person and get to the bottom of it. So I would definitely, like I said, I put it in the group me, and help me out, y'all. If there's any subscribers that y'all know that aren't in the group me, send them the email. Okay, thanks, Michelle. I appreciate it. And Jennifer, please do the same thing so I can check behind and see why y'all didn't get the email. And I want to make sure that y'all emails was in the email blast. And so I need to know what y'all emails is so I could check behind it. I appreciate y'all letting me know, because that now I can check behind and see if there are more people who didn't receive it. All right, message me in Facebook Messenger. All right, Jennifer, let me check that right now. Thank you for the $70 birthday / lunch chat, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Just confirm. I greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all letting me know who didn't get the email, because that is concerning that so many people that didn't get the email. And I know for a fact that I emailed all of the subscribers, but I just want to make sure y'all email was in the email when I sent it to the subscribers. So let me check Jennifer, because I know your let me see, Michelle. All right, Michelle. Okay, you got yeah, Michelle, I got your email. Boom, Michelle. Okay, I got your email. And then let me check Jennifer. Jennifer. Okay, I got you. Hey, Jennifer, I'm gonna send you to the I'm gonna send your information to Shan so she can add you in the group me. And now I'm gonna screenshot this. I got both your emails, and I got your email, Michelle. So I'm about to check behind this. And like I said, I'm gonna resend out emails. Maybe we sent too many in one email. I think that might be the case. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. I think and happy birthday. Special birthday. Everybody wish Jennifer a happy birthday. It's her birthday today. My birthday tomorrow. So right now, Jennifer is she the prize. It's her birthday today. I'm chopped liver right now. Tomorrow it's gonna be my day. But right now, as of right now, I'm chopped liver because it's Jennifer's birthday today. So everybody wish Jennifer a happy birthday. And so, yeah, I'm going to check behind y'all emails because that's crazy. But before we get out of here, let me go over something that I didn't get a chance to. Okay, I'm just liking it. Matter of fact, let me send this. I got Patricia's too. And I'm gonna make sure you got the subscription. Boom, got your message too, Patricia. So I'm about to send Jennifer. And if it's anybody else who wants to be in the group me, if it's anybody else that wants to be in the group me that's not in there, please let me know. And send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram and group me. It's the message for all the supporters of the Flow Show, that no filter, who want to be involved in the daily chats and what's going on. So, Jennifer, I just sent your information to Shan. Definitely make sure you comment on it after you chant. Hey, look, everybody, like, it's your birthday. Yeah, 2 more days. Please, I hope they don't push it back, y'all. I hope they don't push it back. If y'all don't know, it's supposed to be the co-conspirator enterprise letter. We back to the news right now for all my Facebook people and different people joining us. Please subscribe. My birthday is a good birthday present. You can just subscribe. But anyway, in 2 days, they're supposed to be dropping the enterprise letter. Now, what is the enterprise letter? I'm glad you are so eager to learn. So we about to break that down. What is the enterprise letter? The way they've been reneging on their promises, in general, I'm hoping they don't renege on this promise. But this is what's supposed to be dropping on March 7th. And this is the article. Diddy co-conspirators to be revealed March 7th. Federal agents told the court they will reveal names of all the co-conspirators that helped Diddy conduct his abuse. Media Takeout has learned. Federal prosecutors say that they are preparing to name all the alleged co-conspirators in a sweeping racketeering case involving Sean Diddy Combs. These individuals will be named on March 7th when the feds release a highly anticipated enterprise letter. Federal authorities accused Diddy of leading a broader criminal organization that engaged in activities including kidnapping, intimidation, and sexual exploitation. In one chilling charge, Combs and his associate allegedly held a person at Pew Pew Point in December 2011 to orchestrate a burglary. Defense attorneys for Combs have vehemently denied the charges, denied the allegations, and say that the charges lack substantial evidence. All of this talk is just talk, according to them. So, unless they back out, unless they renege, we are supposed to get this. Y'all, do y'all know how perfect it would be for my birthday to be tomorrow? And then we get to talk about the letter and my birthday on Friday. That would be perfect. And if it ain't out by the time my podcast drop, then we're going to have to do a special episode somewhere. Maybe on YouTube. I don't know. But the minute that enterprise letter come out, I'm bringing this out. So I'm just sitting back waiting. Because as soon as he dropped that enterprise letter, y'all ain't got to worry. I'm bringing this out immediately. because it's gonna get ugly. Yeah, like Shauna said, I can't wait, and they better not do what they did with Epstein. The only thing that's scaring me is they ain't nobody said nothing yet, y'all. Ain't nobody said nothing yet. And that's what's got me concerned. Because, like, what they should be, like, saying, hey, Friday is coming. They ain't saying nothing, but we'll see. I ain't going to be a negative Nancy. But we'll see. Thank you, Alexandra. Sorry, Alexandra. Thank you for the birthday wishes. The merch store drops tonight at midnight if I'm up. If not, it might be 4 a.m., but I'm going to try my best. Maybe I can. You know what? I can take Shan to make the announcement. Shan will be up. Shan be up late. So I'm going to tell Shan that she's going to need to make the announcement that the website is live at midnight tonight so we can perk the merch. Y'all been telling me, oh, shoot, okay. Look, Michelle, come on now. How can I not love Michelle? Michelle's been very supportive emotionally, financially, whatever. And I think she probably one of the first people to order something. So thank you, Michelle. I greatly appreciate it. It's what I work hard for. I'm up at 4 a.m. every day because I want to get the best product I can. I want to be dependable. I want to let y'all know every time we look around 7:30 in the morning, I'm there. The Flow Show No Filter is the only thing they can't take away from me. They can take my TikTok page. I'm about to do some preaching. They could take my TikTok page. They could take my Facebook page. They could take my Instagram page. They can't take the Flow Show No Filter. See, we own that. And as long as you subscribing and rocking to me, I don't care what happened. We're going to stay close, thick as thieves. So if you want to know what means something to me, it's the Flow Show No Filter and the whole community that makes it go. Everything else is extra. Me and my best friend was talking yesterday. You gotta know. Hey, look, one important character trait is you gotta know what the main thing is. You can't never lose track of what your main thing is. And I'm talking about y'all. In life, sometimes stuff will take us this way, take us that way, take us mentally off of our grind. No. Always know where your bread is buttered. And so, for those that want to know what mean the world to me, it's the Flow Show No Filter and my community and my subscribers. That's what mean the world to me. I appreciate Instagram and all my followers. I appreciate Facebook and all my followers. I appreciate YouTube and all my subscribers on YouTube. But they can take all that away from me right now. But they can't take away the Flow Show No Filter. And they can't take away my community and my subscribers. So that's what makes me happy. So it's no confusion. Oh, yeah, the Flow. Oh, I can't. This is my favorite. And I'm glad you brought this up, Michelle. Flow Show on the Go. I think that was a name. I don't know if Michelle, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think, Michelle, you were around. If you were around when we named the show, the Flow Show No Filter, one of the names that was tossed around back there was Flow on the Go or Go with the Flow or the Flow Show on the Go, all of that. And I told everybody then, as we build up this podcast, when it take it on the road, that's going to be my funnest, the most fun part of the whole movement. And this summer, we will be on the road, on the go. So I'm glad you even brought that up, but that is the portion of this whole journey that I'm looking forward to the most, is hitting the road. And I'm hitting the road this summer, for sure. I'm going to Detroit, Cleveland, Columbus. Those is where I know for sure. But I'm going to hit everywhere. But I know I have to hit Detroit. I have to hit Cleveland. I have to hit Columbus. And then we'll go from there. But we got Flow Show No Filter people in damn near every city. So don't be mad if I didn't say your city right now, because I'm hitting them all. I just know I have to go to Detroit, I have to go to Cleveland, and I have to go to Columbus. But I'm going everywhere. Okay, so you remember, Michelle. So you understand. See, my day ones know that whatever we say, we mean it. And I told y'all before we even launched this podcast, when y'all was talking about when we had somebody said go with the flow or whatever that name, I told y'all then, I said, we're going to save that name. And when we hit the road after this podcast, get off the ground, we hit the road, we're going to be calling it Flow on the Go. We said this before the first episode of Flow Show No Filter even dropped. Who would have ever thought that it would have took off so fast? I didn't know. I had no clue it would take off that fast. I was just doing it because that's what y'all asked me to do. So it's just good to see things play out, and your real people who are with you there from the start can see that you stick to your word. Like I stick to my word. I told y'all we was gonna do Flow on the Go once it got going. And damn it, this summer we will be on the go. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was Flow on the Go. And that is coming soon. That is coming soon. I'm excited. I love to travel. If you know me, you know that's my favorite thing to do. Right now, I'm working so hard. I don't like traveling when I got a lot of work to do or a lot of building to do. But once the building is over and everything and the foundation is strong and everything is ready to go, then it's time to hit the road. And guess what? It looked like our timing going to be like right around Diddy trial is when I'm going to be hitting the road, which is going to be the perfect time to do it, actually. That's going to be the perfect time to do it, is when Diddy on trial and I'm popping up in the city near you, because you know I got to go to New York. Told you my plug got all access to the Diddy trial. So if you want to get access inside the courtroom to know what's going on the second it happened, make sure you subscribe. My plug that got me together for the Diddy trial, we go back 20 years. So it's all love. He know my mama. He know my daddy. He know I don't know if he know my son. He might not know my son. My son was not around. My son was a little bitty baby when I was running around with Floyd, and I ain't let a lot of people around my son. So he might not know my son, but he know my mama. He know my daddy. And because of him, I'll be looking at Diddy, the back of Diddy's head in the courtroom, taking notes for my subscribers. So I'm very, very excited about that. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe now. Because by the time I take that trip to New York and do all that with all the attention that's going to be on there, that subscription buy-in going to be a little bit higher in April and May. So I encourage everybody to get your subscription now. Even if you got to get a $3 subscription, whatever. Get it now so you locked in. Like y'all know, I always want to take care of my day ones. Let you know what's going on. But yeah, we got access, baby. We got all access to Mohawk Diddy. Oh, birthday in June. Okay. Oh, that's perfect timing. Perfect timing. I might be around. I might pop up around Michelle's B-Day in that city. That might be perfect timing. I can get Cleveland, Columbus, and some of the other cities out the way first. And next thing I know, I'm coming to where Michelle at. Coming to where Lauren at. I'm coming to where Shauna at. Jennifer. Everybody. So we're going to have a blast, y'all. Looking forward to it. What else we got going on? All right. So Lauren say, hey, look, Detroit in June sounds perfect to Lauren. Michelle said that sound good too. So I'm thinking, let me put this in my notes now. You know, when you get older, you gotta take notes. You gotta take notes about everything. June for the Detroit date. Make sure we tell, hey, look, make sure we remind Greg that we want to do Detroit in June. All right, thanks for letting me know, Lauren. We don't want you to miss out, Lauren. So we're gonna definitely be mindful of your date for the Detroit, since it's a lot of y'all there. But make sure y'all let Greg know, because Greg is gonna be putting all the logistics together. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Patricia. That's a good statement. Patricia said maybe by then they'll get this airplane crap straight. You know I'm right with you on that, because I don't want to be on the plane nervous. I don't want to be on the plane nervous, shaking and thinking and wondering what's going on. So definitely Juneteenth. Okay, so Michelle's birthday is Juneteenth. Okay. That's a nice weekend. I can't wait. Y'all know I'm gonna come up with some nice Juneteenth merch. But yeah, I am going to get out some of the yeah, for real, Patricia, for real, bro. Because I would hate yeah. I'm definitely taking your advice for sure. I appreciate it. Yeah, she said you're gonna have many prayers for me. I appreciate that. And I probably, since Detroit is so close to Cleveland, I'll probably have my son. I have my son come with me to the Detroit weekend. And it'll probably be after, since it probably be closer to Juneteenth, after Lauren's wedding engagement thing, because my son graduates, I believe it's early in June. So I'll probably schedule the Cleveland event to be in Cleveland around the time of my son's graduation. And then the 14th is so it'll probably be more closer to Juneteenth. So, but make sure y'all keep in contact. Okay. All right, cool. Y'all know I'll be having a lot on my plate, so make sure y'all let Greg know as well of the dates that we thinking about for June. Because since there's so many of y'all out there, I want to make sure everybody is good for that weekend that we choose. And Greg is going to be the one mapping it all out. I'm going to put everything else together, but Greg going to map out the dates and the times and all of that, and help with the venue and picking out the venue and all of that. So make sure, send some messages to Greg too, as far as cities that you might want me to come to. And also, not only cities, but also like dates. So it sounds like everybody thinking that 20th to the 22nd. So we're going to let Greg know. If I forget, make sure y'all let Greg know that we pretty much have decided on the weekend of the 20th for Detroit. And I'm just letting y'all know so y'all can let him know and let Shan know. Shauna, how does that 20th work for you, Shauna? Once Shauna give us her answer, then I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Shauna, how does the 20th work if you're still in here? I'm gonna give Shauna a couple seconds to answer. If she don't, check with her, y'all. Might want to hit her up in the group me. If not, I don't know. Okay, Shauna says it works. So you see how that worked? We got it done, y'all. June 20th weekend, Detroit. Let Greg know. I'm out. Love y'all.